Stop.
It's recording. Hello, everybody. Do you want to finish chewing, Pam? You're done.
Swallow.
Okay. Is it stuck in your throat?
No, it's good. All good.
Welcome, everybody, to the Knitting Place podcast. This is podcast number
38.
38. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Dina. You can find me at the Knitting Place on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Ravelry.
And I am Pam Sapp on Ravelry and Instagram, and Pam Sapienza on Facebook.
Thank you for joining. This is a knitting and crochet podcast. If you don't follow us already, we've been neglecting to say this. Please subscribe. The subscribe button will be down on the YouTube bar. This is a Zoom call, so the format is different. Pam and I are exercising social distancing.
Right.
So please subscribe. We appreciate all the viewers, and
follow on Instagram too. Follow on Instagram.
Follow Pam at Pam Sapp. Follow me at the Knitting Place. Mm-hmm. We are posting what we're doing and sharing our projects and giving inspiration, WIPS, FOs, personal stuff.
I don't know how interesting that is, but
well, I know. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I should have my own personal account, but I don't.
There you go. I wouldn't be able to decide what to. That would be too much for me to decide. Imagine what account
managing this account.
Exactly. I would be able to.
One account managing too.
Absolutely.
All right. How about we get right into knitting? I'm tired of everything else.
Sounds good.
Okay, good. So let me get to my notes. So we have notes since this is our second time.
Oh, you have to say that. This is our second go round. What do they say? There's an expression, a second time at the party, a second time at the, I don't know. There's an expression. I don't know what it is now, though.
Don't know it. All right.
Second time will be better than the first, right?
Second time what?
Why are we doing it for the second time?
Oh, because Dina neglected to hit record.
Well, I didn't mean it that way.
I thought you meant the literal.
No, we were just practicing. We were practicing.
Right.
Right?
Nothing like hitting this at 5 to 6 in the evening. We were so nice and fresh in the morning.
we don't want to stun people being too fresh.
Well, you're actually fresher now. You just got your hair done. Look at how pretty you look. Your hair looks so nice.
It does. It does. And I'm saying that it does, but it's, a little healthier to get rid of those dead ends.
So when you said, let's meet after my haircut, I thought you were getting your haircut here in town. I didn't realize
no.
You had to go to her house.
Travel.
Exactly.
Travel for it.
Gotcha.
And everything now, right? That would have been lovely.
Didn't factor that in.
Anyway, so what are we knitting on? What are our projects?
Why don't you start? You're wearing a beautiful FO.
I am wearing my Lady Fingers sweater by More Thunder. Dina has one too. She made one as well. It's behind her on the mannequin. And I used DK weight yarn, a combination of Rios and more spin cycle than Rios, but a combination of the two.
Oh, spun right.
What did I say? I don't know.
Spun right round.
Right letter. It starts with an S, but spun right. Anyway, and Rios, and this is mine. I'll stand up a little bit, maybe, if you can see it. It's a cropped top, like that.
Very pretty. Oh, you changed your pants.
I changed my pants.
I don't know what she was wearing in the morning, but I do.
I'd keep you on your toes. And it was a fun knit. It was a quick knit. I think we knit it in about 2 weeks.
And we started late. We actually it was a test knit. Was it an official test knit?
It was a knit along / test knit. She had never had the sweater test knitted when she put up the knit along. So, she was looking for people, I suppose, to notice if there's a problem with the pattern. And she did make a few adjustments along the way, right? The stitch count was off at the beginning, one of the sizes.
Right. So she hosted the knit along on her website. She drops clues every couple of days. Yep. Pam actually inspired me. If you watch the last few podcasts, she was like, I'm going to do this. And then I started feeling FOMO. Mm-hmm. Fear of missing out, right? For those of you who don't know what that is. So I jumped on board, So we caught it. I mean, we started a little bit late, but it actually went very quick. It was a very quick knit.
I think we finished it like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
2 weeks ago. It was pretty good that we finished it. And we were saying that it's a really good color work project if you've never done it before.
Yes.
Because it's a 3-3-3 repeat, which means you don't have to carry the floats, which I think sometimes makes color work when you're first learning it a little more intimidating, right?
Yes, I'm just cracking up because we're literally repeating.
Well, that's an important thing. That's an important thing.
It is. It is. So can I like show them what we mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So what Pam is referring to, it's these like teeth. These are 3 stitches at a time. And as you can see, they're staying consistent across every color work row.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is the color work is always the same. So for a beginner knitter, if you're just starting to do, if the color work is your first project, you don't have to concentrate on anything else other than knitting 3, carrying 3, knitting 3 with the alternate colors. So it makes it very easy, and you don't have to catch the floats in the back, which means catching a float when you have a long number of stitches when you're doing color work.
Which is good, and I'm even thinking as you're saying that too, usually with color work, it could be 3 with one color, then it could be like 3, 1, 2, 3. So you don't have to worry. It's like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Exactly. And you're basically knitting each color in its own shade. So, it's very easy to keep track of. Definitely recommend it as a beginner first color work project. It's
right.
Nice.
And when the author of the pattern, she didn't know the exact yarn quantity to use either. So I used a skein of each color, and I still have left over.
I'm going to see if I have my bag here. Hold on.
One right round is about a 250 yard skein, whereas Rios is about 210 yards. And so I think I had maybe 50 grams left over on my spun right round. And I think on Rios, on some of them, I might have had about 25 grams left, something like that. So I certainly have enough. I think I have enough to pipe out a couple of hats, Dina.
I know. I'm going to show you what I have left over. What was it, 4 colors or 5?
Colors, 5 colors, yeah.
Oh, one of mine is missing. But just so you can get an idea, that was
your Rios, wasn't it?
This was my Malabrigo Rios color.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I had left. Now you can see in my sweater, I only used it twice, but had I changed the order of my colors, I would have had enough yarn here to.
You would have, and because I know I used mine 3 times, and I mean I was weighing it, so I know that what I was using for each round, and really there was plenty.
Right. I mean, when you look at how much I have left over, so what size did we do?
Our pink was my rust. We did the 40.
So we did the size 40.
Correct.
So she basically, I think she overestimated. I'm missing my other color, but I definitely had another.
Yeah, you had what you're missing is, I don't know what you're missing.
The teal, the car wash, or the title. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she initially said we thought we were going to need 2 skeins of each color. So we didn't even use 1. Yeah, and Dina and I was saying 1,800 yards for a short sleeve crop top is crazy. Yep.
I had done the Saldana.
Yep.
And this was 1 skein of each color, 4 different colors. I knew there was no way we could.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was contemplating with making it longer at first, doing another repeat. And even if I had done that, I would have had enough yarn. So even though we made the 40, you could have done probably the next size, which I think was like 43 or 44, something like that.
Right.
So it depends what size you're making. It depends if you want to add some length to it. But
I was going to say, do you mind standing up, Pam, so the length, so people could see where it hits you? Does it hit your pant top? Like you're not wearing anything underneath it.
Skin.
So it definitely hits the top of your pants. Are those high-waisted jeans or just regular jeans?
Just regular jeans. These aren't even high-waisted. So I could wear it, we were thinking with a dress in the summertime, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a linen dress, adorable. High-waisted pants, adorable.
Right. And I had linen pants on before that had, one of those higher elastic waists, and that looked lovely too. I also have, Dina, that goes with this now that you remember I don't know, you're not going to remember that. You should know my wardrobe. I had last year those rust linen pants, like the linen ones, the rust ones I had.
That would be perfect.
That goes with this too, right?
Amazing.
So, and then, and some dresses as well. So I'm happy with it. We did make a modification to it, right, Dina? You want to tell
Yeah,
them about that?
but this is what it looks like with the shirt underneath. I have it on the mannequin
Oh,
with
that's nice. Yes. Look at that. Very pretty.
yeah. So yes, we did make a modification. As a matter of fact, our modifications had us use more yarn, because what Pam and I ended up doing is we found that by virtue of doing a couple of other crop tops in the past, My Boy Lollipop,
Right.
Nancy Ritchie, excuse me, as well as the Soldotna, we knew how we liked our sleeves to fit based on previous knits that we've done. So we kind of shifted the stitches from the sleeve to the body.
Right.
So probably making it a little boxier, less fitted.
Yeah.
And that was a small modification. We put it on Ravelry.
Right. I had split for the sleeves and I had a lot of stitches on the sleeves.
Yeah, you look like the Flying Nun.
I said, I'm going to look like I'm flying with these sleeves. And so, and we were concerned because initially I wanted to make the larger size. And Dinah said, you don't need the larger size.
No.
You know, 40 inches is plenty. So I was happy to take a few of those stitches and put them on the body.
It worked out beautifully.
And it worked out well. And the other thing we were saying is if you wanted to, you could take those stitches. You could also do a little bit of a decrease in the body.
Taper it down.
So if you want to taper it down a little bit. But I don't think that this is baggy. It's fine.
No,
Actually,
beautifully. It's a perfect fit.
Right. So those modifications, I know they're on my they're on your page too. Your Ravelry, right? Your Ravelry.
I have to check. I think they are. If not, I'll definitely put them on there.
Right. And I have them on mine, and it was a fun knit. You know, quick knit, right?
Yeah, it was nice because you got excited to work the next color sequence, the next pairing. So it kind of moved you along.
Right, and that's always the fun part, to get to go to all the colors. And the only thing that I changed the order of one of my colors because I wanted more contrast coming from the gray.
But you wouldn't know it.
Right, but yeah, so I just flipped it around. You wouldn't know.
No. And then the other thing that we did is Pam and I didn't use the short row, not short row.
Oh yeah, talk about that.
The make one method that she had used in her pattern. I remember from this morning.
There you go.
From other knits that Pam and I have been doing, I mean,
show you. Do you want me to show you the way they come out on the other one, the make ones?
Yeah. So on Stephen West's latest knit that I'm doing, which is the painting brick shawl, that one does not belong to me, but it's beautiful and I have to show it. He had done a make one, and it's not your typical make one where you lift the bar, the horizontal bar, and put it on the needle, knit front or back. It was one that you use a backward loop method, and it really prevents a hole in your sweater knitting.
Right.
It's less obtrusive, I guess less likely to sew.
Yeah. You know, one of my projects on the needles is this Hohe's super simple summer sweater.
So pretty.
And she does increases with make ones, and you can see it on the top.
Yeah. It's funny. It looks like a tiny little eyelet, and it's pretty.
It's not as noticeable
back to it.
Of a color, but there's one. But how we were talking about this was that I had to rip this. I had been working on it. I put it aside because we were waiting for some yarn, and I went back to it a while later. And when I went back to it, I was on an increase row. And I don't know about you, Dinah, but I know it happens to me. If I put a project down, I always say I'm going to do it, but you know, you have to be mindful when you pick it up again that your gauge is consistent with what it was when you were knitting it.
Absolutely.
And I went flying through.
To stretch.
What?
Stitches tend to stretch when they're hanging on a needle.
And I, went and did the increase row, and then I did more rows, and I split for the sleeves, and I went back and I looked at it, and it looked awful. It looked awful. And this yarn that I'm using is a cotton wool blend, and maybe because the cotton is in there, you know, you need to be a little more conscious when you're doing the make one, you know, that your tension is consistent. And so I ended up ripping back. So, but I loved, I would have ripped the whole, well, I did this after I began this. So that would have meant ripping the whole thing out to change the make ones, you know.
Well, that's silly. I wouldn't have
done that. I wouldn't have done that.
Honestly, on the Hohe sweater on the super simple, it actually looks like like in my shawls, you could see I have eyelets. They're bigger holes, but it looks like a pretty detail. Right. You don't see it as much on the darker color, probably because of the color, but I don't object to it. on your the simple summer sweater.
Yeah, so I mean, as long as it's consistent. And again, I was not happy with my gauge when I picked it up again, which is why frog it down. So now I'm almost after a few more rounds, I'll be ready to split for the sleeves again. It's like the sweater that keeps on giving.
3 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Exactly. So when that happens, I have to put it away for a while so I forget, I can't be reminded of the pain.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out session. Okay. So we did FOs. Okay, so I have another FO. I have Tracie Millar's Unwind Shawl. I posted it on Instagram. If you guys followed me, you may have seen it.
Lovely. Look at that, guys. Come a little closer, Dina. Lovely. How pretty is that?
Isn't that gorgeous? A very easy knit. Highly recommend it.
And Tracie felt it was, when she was knitting that, when she was designing it, she was going to put a lace section in it.
Yes.
And she wanted it to be easy. She wasn't in the mood to really have to concentrate. And she did not do the lace, and that's why she called it Unwind, so that you can relax.
It was definitely.
Was it that way?
Yes. Like I found, like if I was sitting with my family, I think part of the reason why I knit it so quickly, it was one of those, I don't like to do color work when I'm around my whole family if it's movie night, because I really have to concentrate. It's hard to watch the telly, whatever. Here, it was very easy to pick up, put down. You're on a knit row or purl row. You had an eyelet row. It was very, very easy, approachable, but yet still interesting. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the same, even though there's a bit of repeat in pattern. It was definitely interesting. There's like
one, Dina. Were you on a 6?
I don't remember. 6, 5, 6, or 7. I want to say 6. Probably a 6.
Probably 6.
Yeah, probably a 6.
That's lovely. And what yarn did you use?
I used Moondrake, which is a new indie dyer for us. Moondrake's fingering merino linen. It's got 90% merino and 10% linen. It's got 393 yards.
Nice yardage.
And it's got a beautiful, I mean, do you see this? Look at the drape.
That's the thing. It's the drape. Yep.
And it has a little bit of a sheen. The way the dye takes to the yarn, it's heathered and has like a
linen in it. So it takes the linen a little differently.
Yes. But typically linen is like cord-like. Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel like a cord at all. It's only 10% linen, but it certainly gives you the properties that the linen has in lieu of like the shading, the sheen. So it's pretty. I'm going to show you a couple of.
Yeah, she's got some great colors there.
Yes.
You've sold down on some of it too, haven't you?
I have, and they're on reorder. This is the pair that I did for myself.
Is that what you, oh yeah. See, now you remember there it is. Remember when you sent me the picture and you didn't know if you should change that color?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I used mushroom, which is the bottom color, which truly looks like a mushroom, but there is a slight hue in some areas. I don't know if you could see it, but that's actually like a very pale washed out lavender.
Yeah.
And driftwood is a blue with orange and brown dark flecks. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just loved it together.
It's pretty.
So they're both, I believe, out of stock. You're going to have to wait. They're on reorder. If you'd like them, call me up.
You got one there in your hand.
It's sold.
Oh.
It's ready to be.
As a customer, that's what I would be saying. What's that you're holding on to?
Exactly. No, it's for a customer.
When is that coming in? Do you know?
She's dying as we speak.
Oh, good. Maybe another week or so. Good.
This here is Sky and Ash. If you don't want to do a brown version, you can always do Sky and Mushroom. All her colors
are endless. You know what I like about that? It's a very light tone.
Yes. So actually, contrary to Tracie's and even Rochelle, they used bold colors. Mm-hmm. Sorry that I'm bending down.
That's okay.
I'm not sure if she used ash. I think this is what Tracie used.
That's what she used. Yeah.
And I think I'm not sure if, I think she used Juicy. It was a deeper pink.
Who did?
Rochelle, the indie dyer.
She did? Oh, nice. That's a pretty pink.
That's a very pretty pink. This one is called Blush.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll hold up some of the, I'm not going to pair them.
I love that. Is that the blush color?
It is.
I still like that color, Dinah. I
No,
may
this
have
is
to do that.
rose quartz. Excuse me. This is rose quartz with muted. Now, muted is like a gray that has a very do you see that? Like it's like a taupe or like a pale pink through
Oh,
it.
now that does not look like. Is that the one I have? Is that the one that I have? Do I have muted?
Check. But
I
look
have
at that
one
with
here.
with the
Oh,
rose.
I may have to switch to the blush, Dinah. I don't know.
No, that's rose quartz though.
But whatever, the rose quartz color. I like that. I'm looking for my skein.
Now this is a lovely combination. This is romantic and lilac if you're looking for soft.
Oh, that's pretty too.
Isn't that pretty?
I'm muted. Mine is muted. I
So
didn't
that's
know.
pretty with rose quartz, Pam.
Maybe I'll do rose quartz with it.
There's
I was going to do blonde with it, but blonde is very pretty too. I don't know.
blonde sold out. I can't even show you that.
What would you say? How would you describe blonde as a color? It's like
Vanilla?
honey.
Vanilla.
That's good, like a vanilla, but not like creamy vanilla.
No, I wouldn't say Breyer's vanilla.
You know, that was on sale in the supermarket yesterday. I was thinking of you.
I'm out. Look at this combo.
That's lovely. I like that one.
Speckle. This
I like
is
that.
honey and pebbles.
Maybe I should do
Isn't that
that.
gorgeous?
I like
That's a good one, Pam.
That's a good one.
This one is stunning. This one's called Golden.
Nice.
So you can do golden with Misty Lake House.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, it's also gorgeous with the gray. I don't know. There's something about this.
Nice with the gray too. I like that.
Stunning.
I do like that yellow. I could use a yellow sweater. What do you think?
Look at that.
Mm.
The yellow sweater from, oh my God, Banana Phone from Asylum. I'll show it to you.
Yeah. Do you have a sweater?
I have sweater ideas. I don't know.
Okay.
I literally just picked it up
That's
yesterday.
a pretty one too. I'm
one,
telling you, you haven't held up one combination that's not nice.
I'm just randomly picking. I'm not even, what's crazy?
I like them all.
This one, well, this one I picked.
Oh, that's
Mermaid and Frozen.
That's which one is Frozen? The blue? Yeah, I knew it. Nice. That's very nice.
Look at these two.
Keeps on coming. What is that now? What colors are they?
Peony.
Which is peony?
This one.
And what's the other one?
Rose quartz.
Would peony go with blonde?
Yes, it would. Blonde is coming in though. I don't have it.
That's too pink for me? Do you think that's too pink for me? Be honest. She can say yes.
Yeah. I mean, this is a you color. Like I see even.
Yeah. You know, I know what it looks like in person. It looks rosy there, you know, which
I love this color. This is gorgeous.
What would you mix it with though?
You could do this with blonde. You could do this with the rose quartz. This with the muted is stunning.
That with the muted. I could do that. Yeah.
Because there's like shading in there. Isn't that good?
I don't know, Dan. You're gonna have to pick for me. I just can't. I can't decide. There are too many nice ones.
So this one's for my mom.
So you have to make another one.
I have to make another one. I have a couple of other.
It only took you 2 weeks, so you can blow through another one. Do that quickly.
I like this. Like when I'm walking. If I'm walking in the neighborhood, I could walk in it. This is one of the easy ones
because it's an easy pattern. I love that too.
This is gorgeous.
I love that too. Maybe I should do that color.
Yeah. Okay, so while we ponder, that is my.
And that can be used. The Moondrake can be used for any. I mean, Dina designed a tee for our yarn curl. A tee. What is a tee?
Flower
power tee, right?
Yep.
Using the same base from Chelsea called 80s Radio.
The colorway was 80s Radio. It was a speckled yarn, but it was
the same. Use that. It's the same exact base as the Moondrake, right? So you could use that. How many skeins did you use for your tee? 2?
My tee took 2. Of course, it's going to depend on sizing. It's definitely sized out 2, 3, 4. The max.
You can find that on Ravelry, and you could also use that for that design as well.
Right, and it's a free pattern if you want to make the sweater. If you buy the yarn, from me, it's a free pattern with purchase.
There you go.
That's an option if you want.
Now you see, Dina, we didn't say that this morning.
No, we didn't. There you go.
Got to spice it up a little bit, change it up.
Actually, I was just, you know what? I have it here.
What's that?
The tee.
Oh, you do have it. Yeah, there it is. It's a V-neck short sleeve tee. Hold it up. Let's see the lace on the bottom. Yep, there it is. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Who doesn't need a simple tee, right? I
Interesting.
like it. I like it.
It's a little wrinkled from my bag, so I'm sorry. So what about you? You have another FO?
I have another FO. I'm
I
gonna
know from my previous show notes. So you guys, we can't edit, or I can't edit the Zoom call.
Yeah, no, this
So
will be edited. This is it. Once we say it, we're stuck with it.
right, but down below I will put in the names of the projects. Usually, you know, I have it on the down bar. Unfortunately, I can't do that. So I will have them in the show notes down below, and you can always call or reach out, email, Instagram, message. Go ahead.
So what I have is I'm switching crafts to crochet, and I made this month. It's the I've got an end or two hanging. I don't know how I missed these. You know how many ends I wove in on this? I have no idea.
I can just imagine.
Every row was a color change.
So it's 2 for every row.
Right, and what happened was they tell you to grab it as you're changing, and I did that.
Show.
But because it's cotton and it's not a tight crochet, it looked awful. So I said, I'm not doing
I like
that.
it would show.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. Anyway, this is the Malibu. It's the sleeveless Malibu from
Is it We Are Knitters or Wool and the Gang?
Wool and the Gang. Thank you. It's from Wool and the Gang. I thought that what I might do is wear it for the summer over a dress, or again layered with something underneath in the summertime, and then I have the yarn to crochet the sleeves, but maybe in the fall I can crochet the sleeves. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. You could wear it sleeveless.
Yeah, it's I mean, I didn't make it as baggy, baggy, that's not the right word, with as much ease as the pattern I would have done, right, Dinah? Because the size I cast on was about 4 inches wider, and we thought it was too wide.
But I think at this point we know how we like a sweater to fit. So by virtue, for example, what you're wearing, there's certain sweaters that you don't mind if they're boxy. Like we have the Deshane that's super wide. Right. I have Hohi's boxy sweater, which is very wide, the fingering weight.
This one fits me like this one. You see how it has, it's like this.
I think it has a little more ease than that.
It has more ease than that?
Yes.
You want me to put it on? Should I put it on?
She had it on this morning. Yeah, I think you need to do an outfit change. She did an outfit change this morning. I think she was waiting for the cue. So let me just tell you, she worked that up in Verano. It's a cotton from Malabrigo.
Worsted weight.
Worsted weight. Thank you, Pam. And then she also used, I think it was Avalon from Cascade.
One Avalon from Cascade, the coral, the light coral color.
Look at how pretty that looks.
Yep, there it is. See? And it's short. Hold on. Let's move this camera again. So you see, again, it's just at the top of my jeans. So that would look nice with a summer dress, right?
Absolutely. With jeans.
With jeans, and then I'll add the sleeves. The sleeves are nothing. I mean, how long did it take me to make this thing?
What was it, 2 days? You did the back in one day and the front in the next?
It really took me a week, but I did the back of one of the pieces in a day. I mean, it's an easy crochet pattern. It's not difficult.
Looks great on you. Love it. And the colors are bright and cheerful. And
I don't have anything on under this. I don't think I need to. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I could, but I don't have to have anything on. You know,
must be so comfortable in the cotton.
The cotton it's very comfortable, you know. And I mean, the hardest thing with this was, remember, Diana, was finding the right hook size, and you know, with anything else. And then I started the larger size. We thought
tension. With crochet, it's all about tension, I feel like. You really need to get it.
I mean, again, if you wanted to make it so there was more ease to it, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
You know.
You could have easily sized up if that's the way you wanted to fit. But I think over a dress or a layering piece, I don't know that it needs to be that big.
Right, exactly. It would have looked a little silly. It would have been kind of baggy-ish.
Yeah. I like it. And then I think to attach the sleeves will be easy because you could just crochet them on.
That's what I did. I did a crocheted seam on the inside, which was so easy, Dinah. Oh my goodness, so easy. Zip, zip, 1, 2, 3, it was done.
Zip, zip, but if that yarn like severs, the whole thing would unravel, no? Do you have to be careful with that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what do you mean if it's not woven in properly, the edge? the end.
Yes. Or if that one stitch
Thing would
catches.
fall out. But on the other hand, if I decided I wanted to add to it, it'd be very easy to take out. But I wove the end. I think
Unraveling would be so easy.
I'm not sure if I wove those. I did have that thought that maybe I shouldn't weave those ends in, but I think I did. I'm
I
not
still
gonna,
don't think it would be hard to find out.
yeah,
Really.
I'm not going to change it. I could even make Audrey like this top. I should really make one for her, right?
Oh, that's so cute that she liked it. Does she crochet?
No, no, no. She can't. I
Oh,
mean, not that she couldn't crochet, but
she just doesn't yet. She didn't tackle that.
she doesn't yet. It's funny. You talk about mother-daughter, and sometimes I wasn't arguing with Audrey. She was doing something. She picked up a project. She needed to SSK. And she's like, what's an SSK again? And I told her, and she said, no, that's not it. And I'm saying, you're kidding me, aren't you? You're telling me that that's not an SSK, right?
Wait, do you work in a yarn shop?
Yeah. Right. Are you telling me? So you tell me what is an SSK? She's arguing with me, what is an SSK? And I was watching a podcast the other day, the one up in the Knitting Loft, and it's a mother-daughter who owned the store.
Yes.
And she was talking about something that had bobbles, and she wanted to do, the daughter was saying how her mother did the crochet bobbles. She really wanted to try the crochet bobbles. And her mother said, well, I could show you. And she was like, she didn't want her mother to show her. It's like, she wants to teach herself. I said, that is so typical mother-daughter.
That's so funny. Well, I liked it when they were talking about the color work, and I guess her mother advised her to go up a needle size, and she didn't listen to mom. And the center, I guess the section of the cowl was tight on the color work. They're very cute. Lovely mother-daughter team. I mean,
aren't they cute?
Very cute. But you know what it is, when you've been around the block, when you're sharing knowledge, especially, I could see whether it's motherly or not. I guess I feel motherly when I'm giving my tips to all my customers. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's almost like a sense of responsibility. It's not so much.
Well, I oftentimes feel, saying my two daughters that knit, when they'll have a question, I always find that our customers, how can I say this? I don't want to use that word. I was going to say, get more respect from the customers than you do from your daughters. Like, they'll argue with you, about something, or they'll.
I don't think the intention is to argue. I just feel like, I see it with my kids, like they just need to feel like they know it in their own right, or they could figure it out.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to work that hard. Like, you could just listen to the advice that's coming your way.
On the podcast, I have to say, mom is very mellow, so she kind of just laughs it off when our daughter does that. But I was like, mom can show you how to do it, but whatever. I'm a little more sensitive because I'm the mom. I'm looking at it from the mom perspective, right?
Well, you're lucky. My girls both know how to knit, but they haven't really. Sophie might be on the fence, like, about picking.
All people should do it. Yeah, she's
very crafty. Yeah.
Yeah,
they all are, but they're crafty in different ways. It's funny how Jake still is the best knitter out of all of them.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, but you know what? You go in and out of things, different periods of your life.
Right.
Emily wasn't, although she knew how to knit 10 years ago, she wasn't knitting 10 years ago.
No, she's knitting a lot more now.
Now she's knitting a lot more. And I will give her credit. She's not afraid to try something. Like a German short row doesn't scare her. She'll say, how do I do it? And I'll tell her. And then she'll look at a video, or sometimes she'll look at the video and then she has a question and she calls, and she just does it right away. She's not afraid of trying it.
Right. Well, that's the one thing about new generation knitters. They're not afraid about getting online, looking at YouTube, or doing a Google search on videos on how, do it yourself video.
Right.
And it's great. You're learning to help yourself. And it's funny, the one thing I could probably say during this pandemic, and I know we're not talking about pandemic, is that people learn to help themselves more because they aren't able to come into their LYS and, let's say, have us do it or show them or take care of it. Of course, we're a virtual phone call away, and I've had FaceTime help and virtual help, and I've met customers outside and helped, now that things are a little bit more relaxed. But the younger generation knitters are not afraid to learn via video. But I have to say, sometimes they learn backwards or they don't do it right. It's a little bit of both. It's not really one way or the.
Right. And and certain people, are more able to. Some people are more. They understand those things they pick up on it quicker than some other people do. It's like reading a pattern. Some people have no problem reading a pattern. Other people, we hear it all the time. They find it very confusing.
Right.
You
And
know,
some
so,
people are visual. They like
yeah,
to hear it,
yeah.
you know, spoken to them. It depends on how you learn.
Right, exactly. So anyway, that's my last FO. Do you have another FO?
Are you kidding? I'm surprised I have two.
You're done. So we're on to WIPS. Are we on to WIPS?
Yes, we're on to WIPS.
What do you have? I see you knitting over there. What are you knitting?
Yes, I'm sorry. That's not rude, is it?
No, it's not. I have to get my knitting. Like, why aren't I knitting?
So
Anyway,
I'm
what are you
super
knitting?
excited. I
Oh,
am
that.
knitting
Yes.
the Rocket T.
Lovely. Rocket is ROCK.
Rock
It.
T. 3 words.
By who's it by?
Fiber Arts. Tanis Fiber Arts. Pattern is available on Ravelry. I don't know where mine is. I would show you the cover. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is.
This is a great little top for the summertime.
Super cute. It's a raglan. The
Yeah.
sleeves are actually built in the yoke. So when you actually divide, you're kind of done with your sleeves. So that's super cute. She has you do an edging at the very end. That's why my sleeves are on markers or stitch holders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could see. Well, you could probably see it better on the actual piece.
Yeah.
She's striping a sock yarn with the mohair.
Nice.
My gauge.
You gauge what are you saying? You gauge what?
It looks like the gauge on my mohair might be a little bit looser. It doesn't bother me. Maybe
You
this.
don't change needle size, do you?
I know hers seem to be a little bit more consistent. I'm probably looser on my mohair because
I
I don't
think
want.
it's the different fiber probably, but that's okay as long as you're
Doesn't
consistent
bother me.
whatever it is. What yarn is that?
I'm using Suburban Stitcher. We have it in stock.
Love it.
It's fingering weight, her merino base, the fingering sock, and then I also have it in her mohair base. And of course, I ordered the colors dyed to match in mohair.
Oh, nice.
Fingering.
Mohair and the sock.
And the sock.
Yep.
You want me to do new product now, or should we just do WIPS first?
Well, you can. Why don't you show them the colors because she's showing the
Actual
rocket
sweater.
I
Okay.
think it's a good thing.
Okay. So this colorway is called Demure. It's
That colorway.
It's really pretty. So just on another note, I also got it in her Suburban slub.
That's nice
So
too.
it's in 3 different bases, all the same color, interchangeable. So in other words, for this sweater, if you wanted to do the Rocket Tee, you can do it.
Besides, this only using 1 and 1, correct?
If you wanted to do it without mohair, but you wanted the texture, you can do it like that. If you didn't want texture and you wanted the stripes, you can do 2 socks.
2 socks, yeah.
There's so many ways that you can do this sweater. It is so beautiful. Her colors are stunning. This one is called Doily.
Love that.
Very subtle. I'm not sure the colors are actually coming up on screen.
Yeah.
It's a very soft, I mean, picture a vintage doily. It's
right. That little bit of that cream golden in there or whatever.
Yeah, and almost like a little bit of a peach. You might see the colors more prevalent here in the mohair.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, you'll see it in the slub. And then, of course, the sock has the same shading.
That's a great name for it, too.
Doily.
Yeah.
Then she brought back her boyfriend jeans. This was a colorway that she hadn't done in a while.
Nice.
It's like a faded denim.
Nice. That's pretty.
So it's funny. It's coming up.
Coming up gray.
It is coming up gray, and it does have a bit of a gray hue, but it is a faded wash.
But I find that you can see the colors better on the mohair. I just think that's probably the way the mohair takes it. But you can see
it's interesting. Yeah,
it's a demi blue. It's nice.
Very nice.
Love it.
I guess depending on the lighting, it might alter the colorway. Then we have Sea Smoke.
That's pretty too. Look at that. It's like a little bit of gray in there, right?
Yep. Nudie Patootie.
I love that name. That's another nice one.
Beautiful.
Yep.
The colorway I'm working on, one of her signature colorways, is called Predictability.
Nice.
She also has this gorgeous colorway called Wisteria.
Look at that.
Now, online on the website, the colorway didn't photograph as nicely as it's probably appearing on screen.
Hmm.
It is a gorgeous shade. It's not as strong.
It looks exactly like Wisteria.
Yep, really does.
Mm,
Stunning. She really nailed it.
it's a nice
It's
shade.
a beautiful shade. So it might look more shocking on screen on the website. It really isn't. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade of Wisteria Lane. Okay. So that is my Rocket Tea WIP, since that's what we're covering now. Went off on a tangent with new products. Do you want to share your WIP, or I guess you did the
Okay,
super simple?
what am I doing? Do I have another whip? I have the super simple. I have the super simple, which I picked up again.
Yeah.
It's a hoagie pattern, and I'm using blue. What is it? Is it Spud and Chloe? It's called Spud and Chloe, the sweater, right? Isn't that the label?
The name of the yarn is Sweater, and it's by Spud and Chloe.
And it's like I think 55-45 wool cotton. Worsted weight, could be knit up. It can be knit up on 7, 8, or 9 needle, they say, and I think they say 4 to 5 stitches to the inch. It's a fun yarn. It's a fun yarn to knit with. I made my granddaughter a baby blanket in this. So that's my super simple. Right?
And is it simple?
It is simple. It is. It really is easy. It's another nice project for someone who's just getting into sweaters, maybe a top-down sweater. It's got like a very small amount of short rows in the back.
I find that her patterns are very approachable. They're very well written. If you've never done a pattern by Hohi, certainly easy to follow. Very nice.
And anyway, so I've picked this up again now that I've finished the other projects. But of course, I was telling Dina I think I have to cast something new on.
I know. Well, look, I finished 2. We finished that.
Yep.
Finish this. I feel like I have a green light. Well, actually, I did start something new.
Now get that done. The other thing that
A WIP already.
do you have another WIP, Dina?
I have my painting bricks, but go ahead.
Okay. No.
I have to find it.
Oh, okay. Do you have it?
I may have moved it from the morning. I don't know where it is right now. Well, I'm working on my painting brick shawl. Let me show you this finish.
Yeah.
This one belongs to Diane. She'll be thrilled to know that it's done. She actually brought it in for finishing because she did not use the Weave and Steven method.
She didn't follow.
I highly, highly recommend that. I'm using it on my shawl. It's great. If you go to his Instagram, Wes Knits, it's one of the first highlight stories. You'll see it there. He does a cute little video, a quick video on how to weave in your ends as you knit.
Yeah.
So perfect for something like this.
Take it off the mannequin, Diana.
When you're changing color often, it's really great. Now this one she used
her black squish is her black squishy.
Her black is squishy,
which is from Anzula.
Anzula squishy, and she actually used other shades of Anzula. Not all squishy. She also used Lunaris. So let me see if I can get it close for you to see. There's actually a little bit of shimmer in there. Can you see?
On the bright yellow and the purple color, right?
The mustard, actually.
Oh, the mustard. Okay, there you go.
It's funny how it tends to look like it's all glistening, but it isn't.
It does.
It's just these 2 shades. So as you sprinkle them apart, it kind of gives it like a shimmery look to the whole thing.
And did she use some stuff that she had at home when she made that, or did she?
We curated the kit for her.
Oh, you did?
Yes. So we used Lunaris. We used a lot of Claudia hand paint and some Quaigu.
If you use the Claudia, did it only take 1 skein of Claudia?
Mm-hmm.
It did. Hold us up again, Dina.
Isn't that stunning? Look how great this palette is. I wish I knew where mine was because it's so different.
The interesting thing, it almost looks like stained glass.
Looks like a Tiffany glass, no? It's really pretty.
Very pretty.
Oh, gorgeous.
She's gonna love that.
Yeah. So Diane,
did Sandy finish hers? Do you know?
I don't believe so. No.
She was everyone that's been making that has been thoroughly enjoying it.
Enjoying it, yes.
Yeah.
Really. I put mine down for a bit.
No, like I said, you're not going to be wearing it now, so.
I don't know where
You know,
it is.
Stephen West has great tutorials when he shows you something. They're a lot of fun to watch. I
Mhm.
noticed that he's been putting up a few Instagram TV tutorials. He did one on, you know how you start a shawl with a tab?
Yes, the garter stitch tab.
He did that, and he also did how he starts the I-cord tab. And he showed and it was so nice, you know.
Those are tedious techniques.
Right, but he makes it look easy when he
Well,
shows you.
I
He
know,
makes
but my
it so
point
easy.
is,
Right.
there's his videos are valuable because the techniques for weaving in ends, the weave as you go, the garter
Yeah.
stitch tab, the
Right.
I-cord cast on, or the the I-cord and then you pick up. These
Right.
are tedious techniques, but
Yeah.
it's nice that he makes them look so approachable and that you could do it.
He had a shawl, and what he did at that, I saw this, it's on Instagram TV, you could see it. He talks about the tabs, and what he did is he talked about maybe 4 or 5 of his shawls, and he had them there. And, you know, Stephen West, some of his designs are a little, you know, out there a little bit sometimes, you know. But these were ones that were more, you know, ones that we've all admired, let's put it that way. And one of them was very nice, but it started with the I-cord, it started with an I-cord that you had to pick up on or do this, but it went this
He
way.
did that with the Starflake shawl. He did it with the
But
Starflake.
you'd have to do one that would be the length of the shawl to start it. And that would, you know, it was
Yes.
lovely. It's like, oh my God, to start that would be crazy, right?
It's tedious, definitely. Remember, we had another one that we did, one of his mystery knit alongs. We had to do that also.
Yeah.
He likes that technique.
He's got some great shawls, fingering weight, DK, sport
Mhm.
weight, whatever.
Yes. But the painting bricks was definitely fun. And he came out with another painting brick shawl, which has been popular too. People have done the rectangular version as well.
Chevron, right? The chevron one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a rectangle.
So that was also pretty.
Mm-hmm.
What other whips am I working on? I'm not going to talk about painting. I mean, we did cover painting bricks.
Do
I
you
don't
have
think
it there?
I
You have
do. Yeah. It's
you
on
have it
the,
accessible to you?
no.
Oh, okay. If you had
No.
it accessible, I was going to say show it.
No.
But you were using, what did you use? Tind?
I used Tynd. Should I get up and get it?
Yeah, get it.
All right.
Tind. Now, you know, the thing with this shawl is now Diane did it in really bright colors. Dinah's colors are a little more muted, wouldn't you say, Dinah?
Oh, definitely. The
You
Wolf
know,
palette.
they're colorful, but they're more muted. And Tind is a lovely yarn. It's very soft from Woolfolk. I know it looks like to me like it's a fingering, but they say it's like, I don't know, 24 stitches sport weight or
Mhm.
something.
Yep.
No, I think they say 21 to 24 on the label.
Yeah.
But Dinah's colors are lovely too. Look at this.
Yeah. So you'll see mine looks more earth tone.
Yeah, look at that.
Mine isn't blocked. We certainly blocked hers and opened it up. But you could
That
see
like
my
gold.
colorway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is muddier or more earthy.
it's nice. It's nice. It's a great design.
It's fabulous. Now I've sold it where the brick, like the mortar, let's say, was a white or an off-white
Yeah.
or a lighter color. So the inverse of what you're seeing.
And you were even saying that you wouldn't mind doing it with black and cream, black and white.
I just wanted black and white, but I sold that kit. I would have done it just with two. Stunning.
Can't do that, Dinah. You can't do that.
Everyone, when something comes out, everyone is hot on it.
Right.
And I
That was
can't wait to get started.
that's going to be one of the pieces, Dinah, I think that is always going to be popular.
I think you're right. And it's also very fun to do. I know right now, like I have 400 stitches on a needle. It's not
fast.
It's not fast like this was fast, but it's an enjoyable knit.
Yeah.
It's not a hard knit and you're interested. So the
Well,
fact that you still have so many stitches, you're still moving right along.
Right. And that's the thing, I feel like I need a project now that I can just do that with.
You haven't you didn't sink your teeth into like
no, I haven't.
Project.
I really need to, and I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe tonight. I always say I'll do some research, but then by the time you sit down, you don't feel like doing it.
Well, you have your crochet, your other whip.
What? Oh.
Morocco.
Taroko. I think Tarok. Oh, should I show that?
Yes.
We're talking about crochet. I was saying to Dinah that this morning I opened my phone, and of course, to make me feel like a a failure. Christy Glass for her Crochet in May showed her WIP. Oh, it's not a WIP, it's an Epone. It's a top called Taroko. What, huh?
I'll pull it up. It's beautiful.
Mm. And I had started this, gosh, 6 weeks ago, at least. And it's been put in timeout. And you would say, well, why would you put it in timeout? I'll tell you why. This is the yarn I used. It's the Squishy from Inzula, which is what you just saw in that shawl. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Diane will show you the picture. Yeah, there. Can you make it bigger? Can you zoom in on that at all?
Mm.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's color work in crochet is basically what it is. And these were the colors that I picked, these 3 colors. And if you look at them, they look washed out right now. But you see how this color has some, are you seeing that, Dina?
Hold still for a sec. There you are. So there's like a teal fleck going through the taupe.
Which is why I picked this color to go with it. And then I picked the sand. Anyway, so I started it. And the reason this is such a great sweater, color work in crochet is easy. Wouldn't you agree, Dina? Doing color work in crochet?
Yes.
Carrying the yarn in crochet is
much
easy.
easier.
But what, of course, this is as far as I got. I did the ribbing on the neck. And then I began the color work. But what they do, anyone who crochets, when you crochet, you go under the V at the top, right? Is that what you have to describe it, Dina? The V on the top?
A chain, a single crochet would look like this.
Right.
So typically that's laying on top of the V stitch. So this is what you call a chain that goes across the top of your single crochet.
Right, and
so
you would go
thing,
that. Yeah.
Typically you go under here.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're saying you have to go in the V?
Yeah, you have to go in the V. If you go in the V, it really makes the work look like it was knitted and not crocheted. And
I could see that because it looks like that, like all your knit
so if you look at mine now, this right here is crocheted. It looks like crochet because the problem that I had, you see, I should have been putting, I'm going to show you something. Hold on, let me get my darning needle. What I should have been doing, what I should have been doing,
coffee.
What I should have been doing was putting my crochet hook right in this V, if you can see it. There's a V, I don't know if you can see it. There's a V there. That's where the hook has to go, right in those V's on each stitch, not in the top. And I couldn't do it. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll do it the, just the crochet way. And I don't like it. I didn't like it. I could not get the head of the hook.
It's looking like rounds as opposed to looking like a knit. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. I didn't get that this morning.
Yeah. So, I was doing this for about 5 hours that day. I tried different hook sizes. I tried to make my crocheting looser so I could get the hook into that V. And we have a customer who did it, right?
All right.
And Christy Glass did it.
And Christy did it.
And I said to the customer, I said, what hook did you use? How did you get it in there? So she said she had to get a hook online from a company called Collage.
It's actually a square crochet hook. I spoke to her today.
It's a square hook?
Square handle, like the square needles.
Oh, it is, really?
Yes. But it's a crochet hook. It's a regular.
Was it metal?
I forgot to ask. Sorry.
Anyway, this is one, this is a, whose needles are these, Dina? Whose hooks are these?
Zing?
Zing, it's a zing. And what makes it look pointy is this down here, but the head up here has to be pointy to get in there. I am determined to get this done.
Not you? That was loud.
My son just sent me a picture. He's in Williamsburg. He must have gone for a walk, and he sent me a picture of the sunset from the water.
Share it. Let's see. I want to see a sunset.
I'll bring it up on my phone. You know what it is? Actually, this is lovely. It's the water, but he's got the city skyline. Here, look at this. It's a great picture. He sent me another one. Here comes another one. You're going to get another ding, probably. Look at, can you see it?
You know what? The sunset isn't coming through.
Well, it's not really, I should say, it's not a sunset. It's
it's just like the evening.
It's the skyline of New York with the sun.
Beautiful. And it's clear out. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's in Brooklyn, and you can see the Empire State Building there. He's by himself. His roommates went back home, so.
Where are they from?
They're from Port Washington. They live out here.
Okay.
But they went home, and I unfortunately don't really have, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. So for him to come home for an undisclosed number of weeks would not,
Difficult.
would not be very comfortable. I will say we did go in on Sunday. Here's the second one. And we picked him up and brought him out for the day.
Very
And
nice.
back, which was nice. Get him out of the city a little bit,
Nice.
But anyway, that's that. So anyway, I am determined, Dina. I have to tonight remember to go online and buy that hook.
Collage, Kollage.
I think I'm going to buy like 5 different sizes.
The square hook. Well, you might as well.
Because I know she used an H. So I think I should be using.
I find that so hard to believe because you're on such fine fingering weight yarn.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think why can't you just use a smaller needle?
Oh my goodness. All these messages. I'm sorry. I don't know how to shut that off, or I'd shut it off, Dina.
Yeah, I put mine on Do Not Disturb.
My phone, yeah, but that's on my phone. How do I put my computer on Do Not Disturb?
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
It's not my forte.
And they're coming through my phone without any noise. But anyway, so that's my next dilemma. I really would love to tackle that because I love that sweater and I love my colors. So
Sounds good.
we'll see.
Okay, so that's called Taroko. I have to put that in my notes. I also hear from this morning that you're working on your Sunday cardigan.
Yes. I went into that basket a few podcasts ago. I took all my WIPS that were languishing, being undone, and I even toyed with the idea of ripping this one out. Remember when I said that, Dina?
Yes, but now.
I don't know what made me pick it up. Something made me pick it up, and I thought to myself, you're so close to being done, just do it. So this is tell me what you can see, because I can't see.
See the yoke. I see the ribbing in the yoke. You've divided for the sleeves.
Down. I divided for the sleeves, and
did you finish the body?
I finished the body.
Wow, look at you. Now, did you add length?
No, I did not. I did not add length to it. And this is I've begun my sleeve. And so I just have the 2 sleeves to do. I mean, the finishing is not much on this at all because I'm not putting buttons on it. So
That's
it's
great.
just weaving ends. And the top has that nice ribbed yoke, right? We did a bunch.
Before you know it, you'll have an FO.
I know. I won't be able to wear it now, but it'll be an FO. And
night, you might.
What was that on? I could. I used, what I used for mine was a little different. I know in the shop we used some DK yarns, right? Mixed with mohair, some mohairs, right?
She used Rama. It's right here on the shelf. So that's the alpaca lin.
Yes. And
this is all the fennel.
Right. And this is the alpaca lin. The alpaca lin looks like this. I think it has a linen cord in there, right, Dan?
Yeah.
And this is the fennel, which I
believe soft. The alpaca lin.
What was that, huh?
It's very soft.
It's lovely. Another thing I would like to do, and I think you did this sweater. Didn't you do the cumulus, Dina?
Yes.
Is that another petite knits, the cumulus?
Yes. Yes.
And what did you use to make yours?
I'm using Nature's Luxury. It's a silk yarn and a mohair. I bought it in Edinburgh.
I was going to say, so it's a silk yarn, a silk fingering?
It's a fingering weight paired with a mohair.
Like a mohair, like a silk cloud mohair, kind of mohair?
Yes.
Well, that must be nice.
It's pretty. I should finish it.
How close to being done are you?
Shamefully close.
Oh, you should finish that.
I don't know why.
The only reason I mention it is because I saw on Ravelry someone used the alpaca lin.
Alone? By itself.
And it was lovely. It made
that by itself, not doubled.
By itself, right. I could see doing that.
So billowy.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Why do you oppose mohair, but you like the alpaca?
I don't know. I think I even like Surrey. I like Surrey, but I don't like, I'm not a mohair fan. I don't know why. I mean, although, listen, I'm using it for the, like a cloud.
Yeah, but Surrey, the alpaca lin, has a bigger, like a...
More hair, it's hairier.
Yeah, it's a shaggier, hairier yarn.
That I don't mind. I don't know why. Maybe because the mohair is so fine, it's so thin.
Maybe that's why. You don't.
Although years ago, Dina, when I first started working at the shop, the mohairs we had, there was no silk cloud at the time. I guess there was Rowan mohair, right? They had some Rowan, and they had that
grand mohair, which is like your old-fashioned mohair that was itchy. I think you're associating it with.
I am, because I don't mind silk cloud. I don't mind silk cloud.
Right, you're knitting with it.
Yeah, I am knitting with it.
That's curious.
So, I mean, I think to knit with it alone, though. Now you're knitting with what mohair do you have?
I'm using Suburban
How
Stitcher.
would some mohair compared to silk cloud?
So I think this is 72% kid mohair, 28% silk. I think silk cloud is a 70-30 split.
So, but how does it? Is it like?
This is definitely, I think this has more of a halo to it.
It looks like it does. I see. I think I would enjoy knitting with that more than silk cloud.
Yeah, this definitely has more of a halo, and it doesn't feel as fine.
Right.
Per se.
I think that's I don't know. But anyway, I do love that alpaca linen. As a matter of fact, there was a great, now you're not going to remember the name of it, and it was too hard to find. We'll find it one day.
Yep.
I would love to knit that thing.
I have to get those pattern books in. They're beautiful.
We had it in. We sold it that time.
Yep.
It's a lovely, yeah, it was, I think the sweater was on it was like a pullover, right? Wasn't it like a neck pullover?
It's like a brioche rib pullover. Very pretty pattern support in the alpaca linen.
Brioche rib? Was that a brioche rib? That's
I think it was. Like a half brioche.
Really?
Yeah.
It
could be wrong. It could be a fisherman rib. I'm not sure.
It's a lovely.
Like my new glasses.
Dina's got new glasses. It's
this is what happens when you take
they're flatter across the top, I think.
Yeah.
Not round on the top.
Are they too black?
No, you look good in the black.
Thank you.
You look good. You're like Emily. Emily looks good in the black too.
Do my eyes look really big?
No.
Readers.
They do not. I just ordered myself a pair of sunglasses.
Oh, there you go. Good for you.
Yep.
All right. I don't have any more WIPs for you unless you have
merchandise. No, you have stuff to show us there, don't you?
Yes, I do have merchandise. So let me put this down.
Not my thing.
Okay. I have to tell you, the second go around, I feel a lot more relaxed. Doing it in the morning before the shop opening.
Well, because you were worried about people coming in.
Too stressful.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. You may have seen that I've been reposting Asylum Fibers posts. I picked up a beautiful delivery yesterday.
Nice.
From Stephanie. She curated some colors for me. She was so supportive. I sent her images, and all I did was send her pictures. I did not put any limitations on it.
She's very good with color. She's
really incredible. So let me start to show you. Again, what I did was I requested mohair dyed to match with sock. There are lots of patterns like the rocket tee.
Yep.
This one is called Puff Solo.
Yep.
It's also, this one is a Lene Home Samso. I hope I'm saying that right.
The puff is good. It's by Lay Knit.
Tin Can Knits, another beautiful pattern. That has been very popular.
That's nice too.
There's the Millie Sweater from Nice in It. You could write that one down. You can check out by Jessie Maed. She has the Cozy Raglan sweater.
Oh, that's another nice one.
Yeah. These are all variations of a fingering weight plus a mohair.
You could also do things like Bird of a Feather.
Birds of a Feather is another one. Shelly Anderson has a beautiful shawl called Prima. She just released that. That's lovely. And with a lot of these shawls that are worked two-stranded, you can actually work a DK. So if you're like Pam and you object to mohair, you can do love notes just in a DK.
You don't have to add the, right.
You fall in love with the color and fingering, double the fingering. You'll get a DK weight.
Right.
You can do this in a DK, a double sock. Now, one thing I did notice, I purchased this pattern, not so size inclusive. I don't think the sizing goes up as much as some of us would like. It only goes up to a chest measurement of 44 3/4 inches.
Really?
Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm noticing here, I forgot to mention on the rocket tee, I don't know if you could see, but there's an eyelet border.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Talked about that, yeah. So I did have a couple of customers who did cast this on before me, and they expressed a little frustration. I don't know if you could see it. Let me
show us your, you could see it well on your what you're knitting.
Oh, right. I could show you the actual piece.
Yeah, it looks better. You can see it. You can't see it on the picture.
Okay. So we talked briefly about tools, and it's important to have the, the right tools, good tools for the project that you're knitting. This is the sweater that's knit from the top down. It is not a beginner knit. Although it's knit in stockinette, I wouldn't recommend it as a beginner knit because you have raglan shaping, V-neck shaping, and
Oh, yeah.
the way she places her markers is a little bit different. And I understand she created a repeat across the row for writing the pattern. But the frustration that was expressed is, you see the eyelets here? There's a center vein stitch, which is done in the knit. And then you have an eyelet on either side. So what happens is the way she's placing the markers on some traditional patterns that are written, if you have a center raglan stitch, you'll have a marker before and after the raglan stitch.
Right.
And then they'll tell you to increase before and after. Here, the marker placement isn't quite just so. There's only one marker per raglan.
And I think part of the problem is she's doing the increases for the raglan with the yarn over rather than a make one.
Yes. So that being the case, the yarn overs hop. They hop over the markers.
I had it on my lace shawl too. With some people had a hard time with that because there'd be yarn overs, and
at the position marker.
And
you really have to count. You have to keep track.
Very careful that you don't stitch.
Right. So what I would recommend is, first of all, the markers that I chose to use, let me show them to you. Here's a package. It's from Coco Knits. I ended up using the
opening, the
markers.
locking.
Yeah. Yep. The opening markers.
I found that to be better than the other ones, right?
Yes, I found that they're less likely to hop.
Good.
And I'll be perfectly honest with you, and this is why I also say maybe it's not quite a beginner project. If you've done sweaters with raglans, you can identify the vein. You may want to remove the markers and just know that you have to increase. It's a yarn over before and after the vein, the center stitch, and then you continue onward.
Sure.
So that's
and it's also it might not be beginner because of the use of mohair.
Right. Mohair is not fun to rip out. So if you make a mistake, if your stitch count is off, it really won't be fun to pull out.
Unless you decided to do it maybe without the mohair. Like you were saying before, some people just use 2 different colors of a fingering,
Right. And honestly, I had one customer who really wanted the mohair but was afraid to knit it alone. So I suggested that she pair the two together. So she's going to knit the mohair and sock on a smaller needle, and then she's going to knit sock by itself
on a smaller
the needle that it called for.
That calls for
right. So she'll get a halo, but it won't be sheer like this. It'll be opaque because it'll be tone on tone.
Nice.
So there's so many ways to do it,
And that's the whole thing. Even when you write a pattern, there's so many ways to accomplish the same thing, but to do it maybe a little bit differently, right? There's not just one way of doing it. And that's the fun part when you, like you were talking before about the make one on the lady finger, right? You found a different way of doing make ones that we didn't know.
Absolutely. Don't be scared to make an adaptation. These are just like a pattern is a suggestion. It's the way the designer may have written it, but you can, it's like a recipe. If you want to tweak it a little bit, add less oil, more sugar,
right?
Whatever it is, you adjust it to make it your own. And that's what's beautiful with hand knits.
There you
go. Right, so now I'm going to show you the pairings from Asylum Fibers. So this one is called Route 66. It's kind of like a denim. And as you can see, it's got speckles going through it, different colors. That is not pink on the die. It was actually pink fuzz. Sorry.
There you go. That's a pretty color.
It's a pretty color. You could see there is a little bit of yellow, like you might see it here in the mohair. So that same shading will come up if it's not showing through on screen.
It's pretty.
Beautiful color. So that's Route 66. This here is Tiger Lily. This went out the door first thing this morning. So it reminds me of my logo, the pink and orange.
Pink and the orange. It's a great color.
I love it. That's Tiger Lily. This one is nearly gone. It's like one more rocket tea if you want it. This is called Banana Phone. How awesome is that name?
Love it.
Look at the little flecks.
Love it.
It's stunning.
Yeah, the subtle shading and those little specks in it.
Amazing. One skein of mohair left. Banana phone.
There you go.
That's
You better
it.
get some more of that, Diana. I think you got to get some more.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
That's a cute name.
If I told Stephanie I needed a reorder, I think she'd kill me.
Well, you know, you should tell her just the other side of the coin is it's nice to know that people are buying her colors, you know. It's a compliment to her.
Absolutely. So this is Forbidden. This is a colorway that we've had. Now, her colors, the first one of the previous orders that I had was only in the fingering sock. And some of the colors went away quickly for Breathe and Hope shawl. So that's another shawl that I did not mention.
Another one you could do, right? Yeah.
I mean, this was a beautiful combination I had put online for Breathe and Hope.
Breathe and Hope had 2 colors?
2 colors.
Let's do
Also
colors.
can do it in, this calls for fingering weight. As much as I love the linen merino yarn from Moondrake, you can certainly do it in a fingering weight.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Any fingering weight.
Yeah.
So that's Forbidden. This here is Wink. It's another colorway that we sold out of quickly the first go around.
Pretty.
This was another new color that she was inspired by one of the photos that I sent her. I don't remember. It was like assorted flowers. All of these are actually based off of flowers.
It's pretty.
This is Watercolor Mermaid. How gorgeous is that?
Lovely.
That's
You were saying it reminded you of the cover of the book.
Right, yeah, Rainbow Fish. Are you there?
Right? The kids' book. I think, yeah.
It really does. Yeah, I
You see
forgot I said that this morning. Yeah, no, you froze for a second.
There you go.
Yeah, doesn't it look like rainbow fish? Totally.
Yes,
All
yes,
the styles, love
yes.
it. And this here is called Lady Marmalade.
That's a great color.
Yeah. Very similar to Unafraid, but Unafraid I think had the darker flecks.
Now, is this mohair?
This is the mohair.
It is mohair.
Yep.
Okay.
That would be a stunning rocket, like a very pretty spring.
Oh,
any of these, again.
Like a love note. Why not do a love note?
Anything. Ranunculus.
You see, that's what holds me up on the love note. I don't know if I want mohair in my love note.
So I'll tell you, I really wanted to make a ranunculus.
Yes.
With the mohair. Like, remember when I was in Torino, when I went into wool gathering? I'm still drooling over that. Was it ranunculus? It was the ranunculus.
Where did you go?
When I was in Italy. When I went for
Italy.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Frederica, she had done her sweater with one strand of mohair and a fingering weight. And I just fell in love. And I said, I'm going to come home and I'm going to make another one.
Mm-hmm.
Still haven't done it. But then this came out. So I'm definitely going to do love note.
Did you have the yarn that you got from her? Did you buy yarn there? No.
No.
You didn't. Okay. Because you must have, you have all the yarn.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that I would do a love note with fingering doubled.
To do that.
I got that yarn that I got when Chelsea was at the shop with her trunk show.
Yes.
Just before we closed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm realizing I can't do that. I don't have enough yardage.
Ooh, which one did you get?
I have 2 skeins of the, it would be like the Moondrake, the linen, the merino linen. I thought I would use that for a love note, but 2 skeins.
393 yards, it won't do it.
Need at least another, so that kills that idea.
What did you bought that yarn to make something? You were going to do the Millie sweater with no mohair.
I was going to do the ranunculus with that.
Oh, ranunculus? I thought Millie.
That was with the slub.
Oh, you're confusing me.
I'm confusing myself. So now I'm in a dilemma now. I can't use that. Do I really want to add mohair to it?
Well, you know what? Somebody bought, you can actually make the rocket tee in one color. You don't have to do it striped.
Correct.
Someone is actually making it all one color.
But I wanted to make the love note. But I don't want to put mohair in it. That's the problem. You're frozen.
I'm frozen?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I think I was just frozen.
You were thinking. I see the smoke coming out of your ears.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Always a dilemma.
I don't know. Let me put my
finger. Would you double fingering? You could double fingering.
I would double fingering. So that's what I was thinking. I would double fingering before doubling this. This has a lot of halo to it. I don't know that I would double it. Like, can you see?
Yes, I do. So, but you couldn't make love note with
not with this alone. That's what I was thinking. I was frozen. Oh my God.
We'll have to figure it out.
At least you could read my sign language, like you know. I'm in thought.
You were pondering the question.
Yes.
What else do you have over there? More colors?
I do. So she did a set of DK minis. I did not write down the pattern suggestion that we had, Pam, when you pulled it.
I'll get it done.
Okay. So these are DK minis. It's kind of like an alternative rainbow, I suppose. You can call it that. Right?
Pretty.
So pretty. So this one is called Flowing Freely. Pomtini.
Pretty colors.
Absinthe. Nothing But Ocean. Pool of Tears. And last but not least, Witchy. Really pretty. So there's some color work cowls that, they call for little bits of DK weight yarn.
Right.
So her DK has 49 yards per skein. And they are not, I didn't put them online as a set. So you'd actually have to go in, if you wanted to purchase a full set, you'd have to go, add to cart each one individually. So these are the DK weight minis. And just for the record, everything you see on the podcast is already online on the web store, which is usually I'm behind the 8 ball, but now I'm ahead of the curve.
There you go.
There you go. Now, we did really well the last delivery with our minis in the fingering weight due to the fact that there were so many patterns like Painting Brick Shawl, Blanket of Calm was another one that
I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
This is called I think it's called the Compulsive Cowl. And that uses...
That was the one. Who's the designer for that? Look at how great that is. So this
is Katie. That's that gal we met in New Jersey. Katie Carroll.
Yep.
Katycarrol is her name. But this is the Compulsive Cowl, and it uses DK minis.
Right. And Spruce Lane Designs. She has a couple of pretty yoke sweaters.
I'm going to bring
for different colors.
Yep, let me bring that
and
up.
These would be perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So you may have seen our brights before. Well, now Stephanie came up with kind of like an ice version.
You couldn't do that cowl with them, could you? That was fingering they were using, right? That icy.
Snuggle.
And this is the, hold on. Let me
could this be that snuggle cowl?
I have to, this is the cowl that, it's not a good picture. Hold on.
Well, that's a sweater from Spruce Lane Designs.
That uses the DK minis graded. He has a better picture. See
Very
how
cute. Yes. So you see how you have different colors there? Each one would be a different mini.
Correct. You could use that in the yoke of the sweater. And this pattern is in DK. It's also in fingering, but we're showing you DK.
Right.
What was the name of that cowl, Dinah? I look it up. What
Snuggle something?
Snuggle. It was Snuggle. Yeah, but you won't find that on Ravelry if I don't have the exact name. Snuggle cowl?
Sounds good to me. I just lost one. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
There you go. That's okay. No, that's here it is. Snuggle down cowl.
Snuggle down.
Snuggle down uses.
You can pick some of these for your snuggle down.
You probably could. It uses fingering double, Dina.
Oh, then this could be perfect.
I'll show it to you.
So these are like ice.
That's what the ices are. Look, oh, hold on. Here we go again. Hold on.
That's funny. I'm moving to the screen like I'm thinking if I move, maybe the reflection will go away. That's very pretty.
So it's all very light pastels. I think she calls it with a mohair.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty. So that's one of the things you can do. I was thinking Painting Brick Shawl, more of like a pastel version. That's what inspired me.
That would look nice with a cream base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. As a background. So if this was your cream base and these were your bricks, it'd be so pretty.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So those are her new minis. Again, not sold as a set, although I did get a comment on Instagram that I should put them as a set.
You know what she says here on Dina? She said the options, you can switch things around. You can use a self-striping yarn, or you could put a single strand of DK. I guess she's saying you could just knit it. I can't get it. Where did it go? It's not even there. It would help if it was there. A single strand of DK.
That's also pretty instead of doubling the fingering.
Right, right. They were using a yarn called fluff. I don't know what that is. To me,
Mohair,
it's a mohair of some sort.
some sort.
We had a customer who made this out of
Grace, we did it out of the minis, the Kwaigu the painter's palette.
yep, the
We did
box
Yep.
great colors, right? And she did hold mohair with it.
Can I ask you to pull up some more patterns? Do you mind?
No, not what do you want? Do you want the
So I'm going to go to the Surrey.
what's the name of that pattern?
There were two. We have, well, let's start with Pink Velvet.
That's it. Yeah. That's what I was going for.
And then I'll show you the kits that I have here for Fleur from East Tricot.
Yep. Pink Velvet is a pattern, relatively new pattern from Andrea Mowry.
Yep.
And here it is. Look at that. I'm getting a screen glare. Why am I getting a screen?
Yeah, there you go. When you go higher, there you go. It's
Yeah.
very pretty. It's got color work. And as you can see in the yoke is in like a soft pale pink colorway maybe over there, or a coral.
Yeah.
Is that with fingering weight paired with?
Yes, it's paired with a fingering and the sari.
Okay.
The pattern she used, Ching sari.
Okay.
And the single, right?
Okay. So basically I have hand-dyed sari from Asylum Fibers.
Love
This
this
colorway is called Acid.
Lovely.
I have to say it's more shocking in person. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The pink looks brighter.
Yes, the pink is pretty accurate. That's called Bad Girl. Then she has I'm Alive.
Love that color too.
And she has Purple.
Purple.
And for those of you who just want whipped cream, you have an Ivory.
It's lovely, yep.
And this one is IPA, which is like
that's a pretty one too.
Beer. Gorgeous.
Yep, yep.
And there's another pattern called Fleur, which was it's actually not a free pattern. I bought the pattern. If you buy the pattern this month, I believe the proceeds or part of the proceeds go to, is it a shelter?
It's a women's shelter.
Women's shelter. So you'd be supporting them. I bought the pattern. I hope to make the shawl, but even if I don't, I feel I did like the right thing by purchasing it.
Absolutely. Here it is.
It takes 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. Beautiful. There's the Fleur, and it's got bobbles, and the bobbles are done in I think it's done in a Surrey or something.
Done in a Surrey. It is. It is done in Surrey.
So here is Asylum IPA, excuse me. And
she Cozy Posy.
Okay.
With a DK weight. Yeah, that's lovely.
Gorgeous.
Oh, my goodness, Dina, that's gorgeous.
That's stunning. This is a heavier weight shawl. So I know that they had featured it in like a very springy color. It's DK weight. It's done in garter stitch. So garter stitch tends to have a little bit more weight or bulk to it. So lovely. If you're seeing some more, not winter palette, but a deeper palette.
What's the name of that yarn that you're holding with?
This is Wilmette Verve, and it's Vigorous DK.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's called Swerve, but it's just a color number because I had her curate special colors for me.
It's pretty, Dina. That's beautiful.
That's one colorway. This one's another one.
Oh, that's another gorgeous one.
Thank you. Now, don't like the IPA, you can always put the cream.
Sure.
I mean, these are just suggestions. Again, I don't have anything per se online as a kit. They're suggestions.
But you can pick any DK weight yarn.
Any DK weight. If you have 3 at home, stash yarn, and you need to just get
the Surrey.
Exactly. Yeah. This is another color Surrey that I didn't show you in the palette before.
Oh,
this one is called Brick House. Look at this ham.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That's gorgeous. So this one here, you could just by name. This one's called Counting Pennies.
That's what's in my top.
That's in your top.
It's in my whatever it's called, ladyfinger.
This shawl would match your top.
There you go.
Matchy matchy.
What could be better?
What could be better? I'm always amazed at how people are so put together with their knits when we go to Rhinebeck.
Oh, I know.
And online. And there's like the matching shawl to the.
You know what it is, Dina? I think what it is when they're picking their projects, they stay fairly consistent in a theme for a period of time.
This is going to blow your mind, Pam.
What is it? What is it?
Ready?
I'm ready. Right, had my mind blown.
Heart eyes
Oh, I know that color.
paired with brick house.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's
Oh,
lovely too. Oh.
Lord, is that gorgeous? Just look at the speckles.
And I have to say that that's gorgeous. That's beautiful. That's the color, right?
Spun right rounds, Squish DK.
Fun right round. I use that yarn in my, as I said, my lady fingers. Lovely DK. It's a great DK yarn. It really is. Nice hand to it.
Now, her yarn has been very popular. We've done it in lady fingers. It's coming up in the crop.
You also made your, remember the shawl you did for the yarn crawl? You did that too?
Now, this is a more muted palette.
Oh,
this is Surrey Silk Cloud by Wilmette Verve.
Let me see those fingerings. I mean, those DKs.
Squish
that's
DK.
nice.
So it's very pretty.
Oh, that's a pretty combo too.
For your teal people.
I don't know. I'm going to have to, I can't cast all the stuff on. I just can't.
Should I show you more?
Too much. I can't take it.
This is really pretty.
Let's see.
Very pretty. This one is Pigeon.
Oh, now that's nice. Neutrals. Oh, that's lovely. Mm-hmm.
Wilmette Verve.
And even with the pigeon, you know, you could take any of those colors that you showed us in the Surrey and pop it with that. You can do that. You could do the pink, right? Look at that.
Lord. Look at pink velvet.
Yes.
Pink velvet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That'd be great. I love it.
Love
it. Nice, Dina.
So I have these as like semi-kits. So if anybody calls from the podcast, I have them separated, but they're not available per se online.
No, I think better. I mean, the possibilities, there's just so many possibilities.
That's the problem. I don't want to limit anyone. This is gorgeous too. So this is Corset Factory.
That's lovely. Putting that with what color are you putting that with? I know what you can do. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. Lovely. That's
actually was very pretty with Brick House also.
It would, I would imagine that.
Yeah, this has more of a pop.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
So we have those kits. And then I don't know where the pattern is. There's a new top. It's called the...
What are you looking? Which one are you looking for?
It's the one from Whimsy North. Hold on, guys.
Glimmer one?
Pardon?
The glimmer one?
Yeah, the glimmer crop. I don't know what happened to my pattern.
It's another short sleeve crop top with color work.
You want to pull it up and I will show the kits?
What's it called? Glimmer crop?
Yes.
I will do that.
Thank you, Pam.
Gee.
So I posted it on the website. I'm sorry, the pattern is probably buried here somewhere.
Lovely. Here it is. Now this is a lot of positive ease in it.
Yes. So that's boxy, as opposed to this one, which is the Jupiter crop, which has got a cinched waist.
More fitted, yeah, more fitted.
Caitlin Hunter, Whimsy North.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Hunter, Whimsy North. So you'll see a lot of, we've been blessed with several colorwork sweaters, all in DK weight.
Yep.
This here is in Malabrigo. I don't know, do you want me to take them out of the bag? Sorry, Pam.
Too. That's the color glitter, isn't it?
It is. This
Love
is such a gorgeous colorway.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. So if you look at the picture that Pam showed, the body would be in this, and then your colorwork yoke would be in here. So there's the yoke on top.
That's lovely.
Yep. So now if you go to my Instagram, there are a few kits that I had posted. Some of them may have sold. I might be able to replicate because I have stock. Thanks, Pam.
You're welcome. And of course, with any of these, you can make it longer if you want it to be longer.
Absolutely. And as you said, we tapered down the option, for the sweater. We could have tapered our boxy. You know how we shifted the stitches in the lady fingers?
Yes.
In that body, it looks like it's all in stockinette. That could probably be tapered if you didn't want it to be that boxy.
Yep.
I really like this palette. There's something just very springy about it.
Oh, that's what color is that?
This one is called Melon.
And
I
I
can't
like
look.
that color. Oh, that's
I mean,
pretty.
isn't that gorgeous?
That's gorgeous. Yeah, like that a lot.
This is very you, Pam.
That is me.
Yeah, so pretty. I think I had you in mind when I.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's funny when I put palettes together, I kind of think of certain people, like I have people in their wheelhouse,
Yes.
and it helps to pick the
Well,
palette.
that's well, listen, we always joke about that, right? We say our fiber friends know our colors better than our family. Like sometimes your family will gift you something in a color that's just not you.
What do you
What would make
think?
you think that I would wear that color?
This is an Asylum color fiber way.
Oh, look at that.
So
Nice.
then, how gorgeous is this?
Oh, that's pretty. That's
This would
pretty.
make a gorgeous top.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is it Jupiter? Is that what the other one's called?
Jupiter. Now that's a sport weight, knit up, I think, to a DK weight.
But you wouldn't use that yarn
I would use DK weight.
for sport?
Again, the gauge is supposed to be DK.
What is she? Yeah, but it's, well.
She's technically using the sport weight, getting it to, let me check the gauge. The gauge here. I mean, I bought so many patterns. I don't know when I think I'm going to be knitting all of these.
I should be
20 stitches to 4 inches, Pam. So you could do
20 stitches to 4 inches.
yes. So it's just like our lady fingers, just like any of the sweaters that we've been doing.
Okay.
How cute is that?
So my question for you was, how many colors are in that?
This one I believe is 5.
Is it the same as? But how the Glimmer has 4 colors? No. How many were you holding up?
Glimmer
4?
has 4, but it's 5 skeins because you need 2 of the main color.
Right, and she has 5 different colors in Jupiter.
5 different colors.
The same colors if you added one more color to it.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Not bad.
Very pretty.
That's pretty too.
I think we gave everybody a
Too
lot
many
to think
choices.
about. Yes.
You're making me tired. For some reason, we must be slower in the afternoon. This podcast is longer than the morning.
7:20. I need to eat something. I've been on like a liquid diet all day.
I know.
Protein shake,
There you
coffee. I need to get food in me.
need to eat something.
I do. I do. Look
My
at my
lighting
hair,
is
Pam.
getting very dark right now. What'd you say, huh?
I'm getting very gray.
Yep, you are. That you are.
What do you think? Do I need to color? Pam, you totally against me going gray?
Again, I'll go back to my old thing. In my world, why would you want to be gray at your age? I know it's a
Not
thing.
that I want to be gray.
I know
I don't want to be gray.
No, but that's a thing nowadays.
I don't. I prefer to be a brunette or have the color, but I don't want the maintenance of it. Like,
yeah, but you see, but there you're making that choice. You see, to me, the maintenance would be nothing. I would much rather not be gray and do the maintenance. So the thing is, you're not wanting to do the maintenance is stronger than the
right.
Desire. That's what I'm saying. So it's see, to me, I just wouldn't want to be gray. But I'm also very lucky. I don't have the maintenance.
Right, you don't have any gray hair, so you don't have to dye your hair.
A few grays. I don't have gray hair, so I don't have to be at the colorist every 6 weeks.
I will tell you, I feel like my hair feels thicker.
But you don't either, Dina, because, really, I mean, how long? It's been a while since you've gotten your hair colored.
Oh, yeah.
It's been over 2 months, which you would never otherwise do. But
I drag it out to 4 weeks and I have roots.
Yeah, but up until recently, I don't know how you're doing your hair today, but you'd wear your hair like this, and you couldn't see it. Now it's starting to grow out more, and you can
really,
see.
Yeah, it's showing.
You went a long time where you couldn't see. You could only see the gray if you pulled your hair back.
Right.
But now you can see.
Now I've been doing because.
Well, it's been longer.
So long.
It's been longer, So I mean, but it's up to you. It depends. It's it's what's important to you. Everybody's different with how they feel about their hair.
I'm trying to see if the texture is different. I feel like my hair, I feel like I'm losing a lot of hair with the hair dye. I don't know if it's chemicals.
Well, could be. And there's also, it's like when you do your nails, right? When you do a nail, you put whatever you put on it.
Yeah.
Always
gel or whatever it is. And then we can.
Yeah. So I'm sure it does something to your hair. I don't know.
Well, I'm desperate need of a haircut, and of course now my husband's like, oh, I forgot what your hair looks like long. I like it long, and it feels like so dry and brittle.
Well, you need at the very least you need your ends. Even if you were going to let it grow out, you need to trim your ends.
I just miss how fast it used to take me to blow my hair. Now it's like a whole,
Well, you look good. You look good with your hair that length.
You prefer it longer?
Well, no, not longer. That
Oh,
length I
short.
don't mind, but not long, long.
Right.
Like,
I like it shorter. And I'm thinking I could really get a vision of what I look like gray, but then I might need to dye it much faster. Yeah. Oh my
well,
God.
listen, you know what? Again, I think you could go longer than you think you can because you don't normally pull your hair back.
No, but now because it's long, it's like hot. It's in my
It's in
face.
your way and it's getting
Yeah.
warm and you're pulling it back. But normally when when you have your regular haircut, you're not pulling your hair back. And that's why I say you don't see the gray as readily. There have been times when you said, oh, I really need to get my hair done, and you don't look gray at all. But then when you pull your hair back, you see it.
Right.
So
Well, one thing I will tell you, this whole pandemic has certainly lengthened the amount of time that if I do go back to color,
you don't have to do it as
I
often.
won't. Yeah.
No, you don't have to do it as often.
No.
And you know, the thing is, maybe if you're concerned about the dye, maybe there are more organic dyes they could use
I
that
gotta
aren't.
find out that don't irritate my scalp. And
Do a
yeah.
little research on that. Yeah.
All right, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us once again.
I've been inspired for the podcast has inspired me.
Has it? Are you gonna come shopping tomorrow?
I have to come show. Are you going to be there tomorrow, Dina?
I'm gonna be here.
I need to come and pick up baby yarn.
Who's having a baby?
You know my friend Debbie, the doctor, Debbie?
Yeah, Johnson.
Yes, her
Sorry,
son,
I said the name.
God bless him. God bless him. He's pregnant with his first.
Wow.
He had miscarried last year. So now she's past 20 weeks. And she
I
knows
know.
she's having a little boy. So Debbie wants me, we're going down to visit this weekend. She lives in Pennsylvania.
You're driving there?
Driving down to Allentown.
Oh, how nice.
We're escaping New York.
Good for you. I hope they don't block you at the borders.
I know they better not.
New York plates.
Let me out. Let me out. Anyway, what was I going to say? She wants to crochet a blanket. And I said, well, can you crochet? She said, I crocheted a long time ago. I mean, she knows that I need to show her. She's not thinking she can just do it. But I don't know. What would you suggest? Just a regular crochet? It's so dull. What would you crochet? She wants blue.
Oh, that there was that pattern that we were doing where it's single crochet, double crochet. It gives you the texture. And
Yeah.
it looks like stripes. You can do it in one color, but because it's one color and you have the different dimension of the thickness of the stripes, that's always pretty.
Do you think she could do front post, back post?
You know, crochet is very easy to work with. It's going to be like riding a bicycle for her, and teaching her front post, back post will probably be just a technique. And if she doesn't do it right, it's easy to rip out and get back on track.
What do you think about yarn? What yarn would you give her? Considering she
Okay.
hasn't crocheted in like maybe 30 years.
I mean, our basics, the staples, Comfort from Barocco, Vintage.
Would you give her vintage chunky?
When is the baby? I don't think so. You know why?
October.
I would go Simply Worsted to Vintage.
Oh, I was thinking of Simply Worsted, but do they have a nice blue?
They have different shades of blue.
Yeah, maybe Simply Worsted. I don't know.
Only because the chunky, when you crochet, it always adds bulk.
Yeah, it gets too dense feeling. That's my concern.
I'd rather go worsted on a bigger hook as opposed to chunky. Otherwise, it gets too thick.
I would go to vintage, but I'm just afraid that as you know, a new crocheter, that it's going to be
The ply.
It's it's thinner and it'll take her longer. And
Try Simply Worsted. It's got a tighter weave also. Like
it's
you know,
got a
although it's
plumpness to
plied.
it too. It's got a plumpness to it too if she's not too tight.
Right.
Okay.
Edith likes to crochet with that. She does beautiful blankets.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something a little different though, and not just give her, the crochet, but whatever.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Until the next time, right?
There you go. Bye.
Bye.